coming back with Elijah Ponder, also from Cincinnati.
Yes,
Huh? It's a big Cincinnati time right there. You guys did pretty good this year. Not so bad, right?
Yes,
that's an exciting time. Cincinnati's not always been the big winner out of that, but good quarterback.
Great conference.
Yeah, it's true. And, that's a lot of times when we get to events like this, they want to see the conference and see the type of people that you went up against, offensive linemen that you've had to push around. And, from our scouts here at the Brawl Network, one, trait that stood out was dominant across the D line, so there's kind of fitting in your spot. And that's going to be a big question of this weekend from scouts in this whole offseason is where you're going to fit. And so, when you look at your game and you look at it translating, where do you think you're going to fit?
Well, I'm a very versatile player. I can play on the edge, or I can play on the 3-tech and rush from the 3, or even go down to the 2 if I got to. So, I believe that probably a 5-tech, base down, third down, move to the 3 and rush.
What about here? I got a question for you. So you're 6 today. You measured in at just shy of 6'2", 265. You ever think about? Have you ever played a stand-up outside 3-4 linebacker? Has anybody ever talked to you about doing that?
No, sir. I haven't talked to anybody about doing
Here's
that.
what I'm going to tell you. This is your homework for me. Okay, nobody, no other scouts are going to tell you this. Whatever. I'm going to try to help you extend your NFL career. There's a guy named Pernell McPhee that plays for the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, played for the Bears for a while. Was a free agent, long time guy, Mississippi State guy. It's kind of a D lineman in college, and then went to Baltimore and played the outside 3-4 rush linebacker. Kind of, your measurables are very similar to that, right? Because you got 31-inch arms, right? So you're not the 34, 35 long guy, but you could move. You have good enough feet. Probably could drop into coverage. I've never seen you do it, but you're going to be able to do it tomorrow. I would recommend tomorrow when you're out there doing that, I'd recommend when you're doing D-line stuff, if they do linebacker drills, you jump in and do some linebacker drills. If you feel comfortable, if you've been training that. Now, don't do it if you're going to fall on your face, but I'm assuming if you're an athlete, you want to compete, go do that, because the more you can do, it's easy to go. It's rare that there's.
I think scouts are going to ask them.
Yeah, I do too. But I would just think it's rare that there's a lot of 4 techniques, 5 techniques, 3 techniques that are 265, 6, shy 6'2". There's not there many of them, right? I mean, there's just not. They're always the bigger. Everybody wants the Aaron Donald type guy. If you can be the 9, 7, 9, and then, but if you can stand up and drop and be able to be that rush guy off the end, kind of like what a Leonard Floyd is, or like I said, Pernell McPhee. You look like you're walking in. That's exactly who I thought of that you were. If you can do that, do it, man. I'm just going to tell you. I'm just trying to help you out. I think you look the part.
Yeah, your stats.
Because you can sack. You can rush the passer, right? It's so different from, it's actually anything else. You got the edge, right? Now you don't have to worry about the congestion in the inside. Just beat that fat hog molly on the outside, right? Or beat a running back, and then you get free sacks. That's awesome.
Well, I think it translates, and you're talking about McPhee, who he reminds you of, and his nickname that he got cast with was a rolling ball of knives. And he just goes, and you hated to be in his way. And I think he could come off the edge like that and offset defensive sets like 3-4 and just come down. I mean, I think that's a good thing to put into your wrinkle. Although on the inside, getting that 3-tech, there have been many players that are at his size, and you probably have to put a little weight back on, and that's what the offseason's for, getting into NFL programs, right?
Pernell McPhee came out of Mississippi State. He was 6'2", 265 pounds. Okay, now he's a 10-year vet, NFL, multi-million-dollar contract.
Yeah, he got paid.
I'm just saying. I'm just kind of telling you right now, bro. That'd be smooth if you could do it. I'm just saying, if you could do it, add it to your arsenal. I'm not saying don't take away anything from you doing the other stuff, because you can play along all of it. But if you can just add that one more trait, now all of a sudden you become a versatile piece for a team that can dress you, and they can use you D tackle, D line, or D end, or outside linebacker, and then they can save that roster spot to put up another offensive lineman, to put up a fullback, to have an extra punt return, or whatever else.
Definitely. You're still playing on the D line, just a little further out. You're just taking a different tech. So that's good stuff. But, again, Cincinnati's no joke. No. You played against some good people, some good offensive linemen who are going to the NFL, and, you beat them. Right.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think you feel pretty good about that. And there's spot for the 3-tech. You can get in there. So what you're saying is spot on. And tomorrow scouts are going to ask you to see you drop.
And if they don't do it, If they don't, you do it.
I would do
right?
that.
You're here to impress them. If they see that you want to do it, for me, if I see a guy that wants to compete, right, that's something. There's something to be said about that, right? That's why you're here. Right? I mean, that's why you came down here, right? Not just sit on the sidelines. You came down to compete.
Of course.
I would.
How much weight do you think? What's the highest you ever played at?
280.
Oh, 280. So you can put it on. How'd you feel at 280?
Well, 280 was the most I ever weighed, but I played around 278.
Okay, that's good. And the next, how far do you think you can go on that weight side of things before you think you're inhibiting your athleticism?
Honestly, at the next level and those type meal plans that you're able to afford in that aspect, I honestly think I can get up to like 285 in that area.
That's good. At that rate, he could, I think 5 tech is a hard one now with the taller guys out there, but 3 tech, 285, you get a guy that's a big ugly next to you, and you can be that size and just be a penetrator in your game. If you were to people put stamps on you, run stuffer, penetrator, what would you say that your game style would be, or what your results are, or what you would be stamped as?
All around, play run, stop on the defense, and get to the quarterback on the third downs or pass rush.
You get it in there. PFF, Pro Football Focus, they love you. Gave you an 86.4 grade, which is in the great range, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you tipped a few numbers, you'd be in the elite range for college. There's a lot of players that are graded there. So, I mean, you're up on the top end, so you're doing something right. You to have that grade, you would be having to stop the run every time it comes to you, and then also penetrating on these third downs like you're showing. So, when they bust on this tape, so your tape is matching what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
With that, I mean, when you see these things, I think he can penetrate down there, but we will keep that. We'll keep that note that Pernell McPhee, we can do that. So, this is a guy we bring up, but is there anybody that you kind of craft your game after?
I like Brandon Graham, because he's a versatile player. He play on the edge or he can go on the inside, just be versatile down the line, and make plays.
That's it. Well, I think versatile down the line is good. Like you say, you can take a guy, they can put him on as an extra roster and know you can fit anywhere is key. Might just open up the text a little bit, and you'll be real good.
Yep, I think so too, Mike. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it.